So my Nandu Tripepi has flipped over onto her back to molt. And what I like to do with these larger tarantulas is actually try to give them a drop of water, a large drop of water on their fangs. So it just helps. They do drink it down, and you can see them doing this. So, well, it takes time for them to see it, but I usually put on. Oop. That'll be enough for now. I should probably drink that much in, but does a couple of things. It provides, of course, the hydration for her if she hasn't had enough water, so that she has the energy, she has the water to be successful in her molt. I think it also provides a little more pressure, like turgle pressure, water pressure, for her to be able to push, not just to push the shell off, but also when she's done to expand a little bit. It might marginally help her to grow just a little bit. So that's something I've done where I have occasion. I can't always catch the tarantulas on their back to molt, but when I do, this is something I like to, a habit I like to do. So that's just, obviously you don't want to disturb the spider. I also find that if I can do this, like I give them 30 minutes after they flip over. They're more sleepy, or more, less active, less disturbable after some 30 minutes. And I do that, and yeah, I've just had good success with this idea, and watching them, making sure they get enough water so that they have better chances of a successful molt. Well, this molt was an overnight molt, so I wasn't able to take care of any of the details, but all looks well with this girl. She is actually probably right around 8 inches, so she's a good sized girl. My next spider to do this is my close to 8-inch geniculata, Acanthoscuria geniculata, and I will see if I can get an opportunity to do the same with her in terms of giving her water and catching her molt. Well, I missed the opportunity to give my geniculata some water, but she is actively molting right now, and we shall see how her molt goes. And she's making progress here. Let's see her give another push. Fangs are exposed. Looks like the abdomen's clear. I have had a time where her molt had a pool of blood on her chest there, and I don't see any signs of that now. At that time she had to drop a leg, and I think this is her third molt after that, so her leg should be completely restored to full size now. But yeah, so far looking uneventful, even without the water. Well, this video has developments here. I was talking about putting water on the tarantula's fangs to give them hydration, and this girl I was not able to do that for, and her leg that she broke off a few years ago is still in the molt. So I'm hoping she'll be able to work it out. I see some progress. So as far as I can tell, yeah, I think that's the only thing that's still stuck. So I'm just gonna, it was kind of pinched underneath her, so she didn't really have opportunity to move it. And I think I see some progress here. So we're just going to give this one time. You might be able to see I've put a little bit of water onto her fangs. Kind of a little late in the game here, but it won't hurt. So we'll just see what happens with this. Oh, she's working on it. She's trying. Alright, I'm going to pause this so I can see what I can do to help her. Okay. Apart from giving them water or putting them in a very moist environment like a hot shower room, I've never done anything to intervene on molts. Generally, the very best thing you can do is just leave them alone. In this case, I was able to just hold the stuck leg up off the ground a little bit so she could pull, and apparently it has worked. She has freed her legs, and now she's just going to have to rest up and get all situated again. She is fine though now. It has been a complete successful molt. There's the old molt, old skin. Those are some big fangs. So I'm going to stretch it out here, measure it here in a few minutes while she rests up. I wish I'd had a chance to put some water on her fangs beforehand, but they do it all the time in the wild without that, so it's not something needed, but I do think it's something that can help them in their molt. So that's all for this one. Here's another tarantula. I had a chance to put water on their fangs. This is a maybe 2-inch or 1.5 Nandu chromatus, and I was able to just put a drop on the fangs there, and probably won't do more than that for this one, but we'll see how well it molts. And here the spider is, maybe 10 to 12 hours after I gave her the water drop. Looking good and healthy. Here's another molting tarantula. I'm going to try to put the water drops on his fangs. This is a almost a 5-inch Lacidora parahypana. And I'm just going to try to get... Sometimes this thing squirts out pretty quick. There we go, get it started. Oops. I find it usually goes on at the end of the fangs. There we go. So, let's see what that looks like, and we'll come back in a little while and see how he's doing. Well, he has now just begun his molt, and there's starting to be a flutter of activity as he begins to wiggle and work to get his carapace open and begin pushing his old skin off. I'll check back here in a few minutes and see how well he's progressing. Well, it looks like a mess, but he's actually coming along quite nicely. So I'll check back in a few more. Slowly making progress, but I think he'll probably do well. Still progress, and I actually like it. When we get to this point, I generally don't have much to worry about with their feet, with their legs, but we'll see what happens. Alright, so this boy is finishing up his molt here. Everything is looking good. And I'm also delighted to see that he is not yet mature. His pedipalps right there still look like regular feet rather than the adapted male feet of a mature male. And that's good news because I have an 8-inch female waiting for him to grow up, and I would hate for him to wind up being a 5-inch mature male. Would be a little scary going up against the female. So he still has a little bit of growth in him. But as he's freeing up his legs here, we'll let him pull out, let him rest up, and help him to just have him be on his way. All right.